Hello and welcome to this Saturday evening live stream where we're on the Brighton main line in Train Sim World 3 and we're going to be running a shift. So what that kind of entails is we're going to be here early at London Victoria. We are almost approaching 7 o'clock in the morning and we're going to pick up this Brighton service in the Gatwick Express class 387. We're going to run it all the way down to Brighton and then possibly run it back up to London Victoria where we can pick up some other services. So I'm not going to be jumping out of this session and going into sort of specific timetable services. We're just going to get out at a station and look what service we can pick up and drive. So I guess without further ado, let's head down to the cab of this 387 and take over the service. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and also consider subscribing. It really is appreciated as we wander down. I suspect London Victoria's looking nice and busy as always. There we go, it's a long way down. We're getting there slowly. There's no rush. We've got 3 minutes, well, less than 3 minutes now before we should be departing. I think we'll get there with plenty of time. Get everything set up and
between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
there's plenty of services coming and going from London Victoria. It's very cool. Right, here we are. So let's unlock this door. We'll step up and we will take this London Victoria service to Brighton. We're an 8-car formation and let's shut the door. We can put master key in, switch that to, well, go into neutral to start with. We'll set the DRA because we do in fact have, we now have a green. We'll jump out of here a second just to turn on safety systems, vigilance and AWS, which we'll jump in here and acknowledge. There we go. We're into day running. We've got the tail lights on. So I think we are good. We've got, passenger information screen all set up as well. So we now just need to wait for our departure time. This is going to be a good little live stream. Taking on a bit of a shift and doing various services. Especially early morning as well, so we should hit, hopefully quite a few adverse signals to make it a little bit more interesting. So we're now just a minute out from departure, not long to go. There's always plenty going on at London Victoria. I love it. If all major terminal stations like this in Train Sim World could be as busy as this, I would be very happy. But we'll maybe get there one day. Right, so we are now 30 seconds out. You can see there's plenty of trains in the station here. Let's start locking those doors. There we go, and in a couple of seconds we can take the DR off, we can go into fours, and there we go, we've got our departure time, and away we go for Gatwick Airport next. The rest of the timetable will be after Gatwick. We've got Burgess Hill, Hassocks, Preston Park, and finally Brighton main line. So it should take us about 58 minutes to do the full run, which will get us nicely into Brighton for 8 o'clock, and then we can see what services are available at Brighton to pick up. Or we could end up just picking up this return service. We'll see. As we've got a class 377 also making its way out of London Victoria at the same time we are. It's always really fun coming out of Victoria here. You've got trains waiting to enter, and obviously us departing. And there you go. We're going to have a 40 marker very shortly, and in the background there you can see Battersea Power Station. And we can see a 465 coming in at, you know, quite a bit of speed there. It's nice to have the southeastern layer on the Brighton main line. Certainly fills out the station there at Victoria. Right, now we can accelerate up to 40. And we're still racing that 377. Although I suspect it will probably stop at Battersea Power Station. Or Battersea Station, should I say. Just ease back. Now we're up to 45. It's looking really nice and busy, this. We've seen plenty of services so far. As we run through Battersea Station here. Hi Ashley, how you doing? I'm very well, thank you. I'm enjoying playing on the driving on the Brighton main line. It's always one of my favourite routes to jump on. So we'll be slightly going down a gradient here. Sometimes the speed does get away from you, so you've got to be careful with that one. There we go. We've got greens so far. We're certainly not hitting any adverse signals. But we'll be going up to 60 very shortly. I'll tell you what. There goes our 387. Let's head down to... I've got to work out which platform I'm going to come through. But Clapham Junction, right, which one do we reckon? So... yeah, I think we can start accelerating, so let's put the power on. Let's pop ourselves... no, we'll pop ourselves this side so we can watch us thunder through the station at nearly 50 miles an hour. Give a toot of the horn there, make sure people behind the line. Clapham Junction's looking quite quiet actually in comparison to some of the times I've run through there. Yeah, likewise Ashley, I'm very excited for the 700, and we know the preview stream will be I think it's next week or the week after. I think it's next Thursday, so let me just remind myself. But yeah, that's going to be pretty special on Southeastern high speed. Yeah, Thursday the 6th, there'll be the Class 700 preview, so that'll be really interesting to see what it looks like in action. Certainly the pictures that we've seen today are, it's looking phenomenal. So really excited for that one. And then I'm speculating that we'll probably see the release of it on, I reckon, the 11th of July. So yeah, not far away at all. There's a 70 marker board, so once we clear that, we can start accelerating up to 70 as it starts to rain. Well, I didn't expect that. Wipers. If only the 700 could come for the Brighton main line, I think that would really it would honestly just finish this route off, and especially with if it also got the new lighting and weather and whatnot as well. That would really take it to the next level, this route. There we go, up to 70 in the rain. What's going on with that? So 19 miles to go to Gatwick. So we've got a pretty direct run from London to Gatwick, and then we've obviously got a few stops afterwards. You've got some liveries planned. What liveries have you got planned for that? Just put a bit more power on, make sure we stick up to around 70. We've got about 20 minutes to get to Gatwick. Should be more than plenty of time to get us there. It's still raining. I hope it's not like this for the whole shift, but it will make things a little interesting as we continuing on with the services. I want to pick up a bit of a stop-in service rather than one of these sort of or express services. Southeastern Pride, Poppy, very nice. Yeah, they'll look good on that 700. I just hope we get some more routes that that 700 is used on, because that would be very cool. Acknowledge DSD there. It's good going so far. We're making good progress. 17 miles to go. We haven't been held up by any signals yet, which is a bit of a shame. Always makes it more interesting. Just come back off the power, now we're up at 70, but actually we do need to be slowing for the 60. So let's start applying the brakes. This is as we come up towards Selhurst, I believe. we run through here, let's jump outside and yeah, then we've got the depot, got plenty. Yeah, we've got quite a few trains stabled here at the moment. Lots of 377s, as you'd imagine. And a 313, which is, yeah, definitely not there anymore. Let's jump back in the cab. And then up next, we'll have a 45 as we, I think, approach East Croydon, if I'm not much mistaken. Again, I see plenty of 377s on our run so far. There we go. Brake a little bit more to get us down to 45 in time. There we go. As we run through East Croydon, we get to see another 387, which is probably headed from Brighton. I love seeing it just so busy like this. What liveries? I'm no good at making liveries, if I'm honest. I'm first to admit that. I just appreciate others that people have put time and effort into. Okay, we're going to be able to get back up to 60 in just a moment. Once we've cleared it, and then we'll be able to run up to 90. There we go. Let's put the power back on. I really wish it would stop raining, that's for sure. Especially so early into this shift. It'll certainly makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess. But yeah, here comes the 90 very shortly. Just ease back off the power a minute until we've cleared it. Hello Finn, how you doing? Hello from Germany. Well, glad you could jump into the stream. So now we can run up to 90 miles an hour. We are permitted to do 110, so nowhere near its top speed. Always got to use the horn. Sounds good as well. Definitely feels like we're making our way out of London now. It's definitely getting feels a little bit less urban. And let's just jump into our route map so we can see where we are. So you can see we started all the way up the top here at Victoria. Obviously we've started to make our way south on the Brighton main line, and our next stop will be Gatwick Airport, which we've got 13 miles to go, so fair old way yet. It's about half distance on the route, and then we continue on towards Brighton with a couple of stops, and then once we get to Brighton we'll see what service we can pick up on the return. We might just have to pick up the same service going backwards. Who knows? We'll see what's there. We're not going to jump back out and find a service. We're going to see what's available and try and emulate, you know, a real shift. And then once we get back to London Victoria, I definitely want to jump into the 377 and do some local services, because that would be cool. Right, we're nearly up to 90. We'll acknowledge that DSD. You can see this is where the line sort of splits for a bit before meeting back up. Splits between the fast and slow lines. Ease back off the power now, we're up to 90. See, we're running alongside the slow lines at the moment. And now we cross over them. So we've got less than 10 miles now to get to Gatwick. We've got about 12 minutes, which definitely is achievable. We should be able to stick to time. Yeah, it's not since Niedertalbahn. We've not had any other new German routes. I'm interested to find out what the new German loco that was announced on the previous roadmap will be. So hopefully we find that out next week. That'll be interesting to see if they do announce that. We definitely can't see much at the moment here. Very much in a tunnel. I'll leave the wipers on for now. We'll pop out the other side and it will still be raining no doubt. Yep, definitely still raining. Of course it is. We're making some really good progress now. We're 7.5 miles. Yeah, we're really not far now. And then obviously we continue on down to it stopped raining, hallelujah. Where's the off? There we are. Well, it's a bit of a rain shower we went through there, but nice to see it stopped as we hurtle past another 387. Do like the red livery that it runs. Just dab of brakes there to make sure we don't speed. And there we've got an 80 warning, so we'll start to slow. I'm pretty sure it's where the two lines meet, the slow and the fast lines meet back up, and once we're back on there we can run. I think it heads back up to 80 then at that point. Should see the other lines appear any second now. There you go, you can start to just about see them. as we go across those set points. Should imagine we can jump back up to 90 in just a moment. There we go. We're permitted to get back up to 90. Let's put the power back on. I think we are going to be somewhat early into Gatwick, so we may have a bit of time there while we wait for our departure. It looks glorious, this red livery, especially when the sun catches it. Oh, this definitely speeding. Let's just get that back under control. So 3.3 miles, and we've got 7.5 minutes. Yeah, we are going to be early, but never mind, it's all good. Running fast at 90 miles an hour. We're really moving now, but we'll have to start slowing very shortly for Gatwick. Let's acknowledge DSD there. Right, I think at some point we will need to start slowing for Gatwick. I'm pretty sure we will have a speed reduction shortly. So I think we'll start to apply the brakes now for our approach to Gatwick. We'll just keep it in notch 1 for now to slowly take off some of the speed. Must we run through the station here? I don't know, what station is this? There we go, speed's coming down nicely. We're running at 50, so we'll just let it cruise for now. We'll be going into platform 5, this indicator, and we'll be staying on this line, so yeah. Bit more braking now. As we see the platform or the station coming into view, and yeah, we'll be going just straight ahead here. But we are, yeah, somewhat like 5 minutes early. I'm not quite sure how we managed that, as we've got a plane going overhead. We've obviously got a 377 in there, just behind in the distance there you can see a 387, which is obviously waiting to come into the station by the looks of it. We are a car unit, so let's look for our stop marker, which is just on the left there. Rolled a little bit further up. There we go, and let's unlock those doors. So we've got a little bit of a wait here actually while we wait for our departure time. We've got about 5.5 minutes. So let's have a look around Gatwick Airport. We've got this 377, which is a service. I think it's probably from Brighton, maybe, don't know. Heading to London Victoria, stopping at East Croydon, Clapham Junction in London Victoria.
24 hours a day.
We've got the Reading GWR service, which is always with the Class 166. That's always fun to do. A little diesel multiple unit. Can still see that 387 just down the line waiting to come in. Is that on the timetable on the board here? Let's have a look. Second London Victoria, I guess it probably is that one. That one, oh, and if by magic is going. So we should see this 387 come into the station now, which it don't know if it is. It's moving yet. While we hang around for our departure time. So you can see we'll be calling at Burgess Hill, Hassocks, Preston Park, and finally Brighton. So yeah, we've got a couple more stops, and there is that 387. I was gonna say it looked like that was hanging out the end of the platform then, but no, it's all good. We'll just sit here and admire our 387. Come on, we've got to we've got to be going soon. 3 minutes before we can be departing.
May I have your attention, please?
You have my attention.
Television and remote video
Okay,
monitoring.
CCTV. What can we find around Gatwick? Hey Christina, how you doing? Gatwick Airport. Got some planes above, nice to see. Can we go up the stairs here? Where does this lead? Leads towards the airport, I guess. Oh, just random people spawning in and out. Why not? Don't mind me. Come on, 2 minutes now. And we can be heading towards our next stop, which is Burgess Hill. We're running 387227. Nice. Christina, you haven't played in a while. How come you not played in a while? We're Brighton Main Line's always very fun, and certainly Train Sim World 3 is yeah, and a good upgrade with the lighting and dynamic weather. You can hear the 387 to our right shutting its doors. We can be doing that in just a moment. So we'll got 40 seconds or so, and then we can be going. So about 10 seconds out, 10-15 seconds out, we'll start locking our doors. Right, let's start locking those doors finally.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Oh wait, no.
Mind the gap.
I opened the doors again. Whoops. They should be shut in. Come on, shut those doors. I can't believe I opened it again. There we go. Right, we can be off. Got a bit of wheel slip in notch 3. Interesting. There we go. Still getting wheel slip. Why are we getting wheel slip in notch? As we get taken out. I really don't get why we've got wheel slip going on. There we go, we'll keep it in notch 3 for now. It must still think the rails are wet from our shower that we had a little bit earlier on in the run. So as we head out of Gatwick, our next stop will be Burgess Hill in 13 miles, which is we've got about 11 minutes to get there, which is easily done, especially when this is going to be quite a fast run. We're permitted to get up to 90, and we'll be able probably to maintain that all the way to Burgess Hill. This is quite a fast section now to Brighton. So let's just show you on the map. You can see actually Burgess Hill is about a quarter of the way, like 3/4 of the way to Acknowledge DSD. Don't want that catching us out. About 3/4 of the way to Brighton. Obviously we've got some stops outside of Brighton, which is cool. Christina, what's new on Train Sim World 3? Well, we've recently had the Glossop line released, which is was something a little bit different. It was nice to see the Class 323 used again on another route and in a new operator. So we got the Northern livery, which was very cool to see. And we'll have the roadmap for Train Sim World next week, so that'll be a great place to find out what's coming. But yeah, the recent release is Glossop line. If you want to see what that's like, it's a shameless plug, go and check out the channel. Here's a first look at it. There we go, nearly up to 90 now. There we go, we'll just ease back off the power. Got another 387 coming towards us. It's nice to see. It's nice to see it's not raining. I was hoping that wasn't going to sort of stick around for the whole run. And actually we need to be braking for the AT. Yeah, we managed to save that in time. The brakes are good on this 387. So obviously take us down to 80 as we go around this curve, and then we can probably get back up to running at 90. As we head through another tunnel. Train sim would have the Bakerloo line. It was one of the if you already had Train Sim World 2, which had the Bakerloo line as one of the core routes, it does transfer across. But you can also, if you haven't owned Train Sim World 2 in the past, you can pick it up as additional DLC. Bakerloo line has now got a proper timetable where it makes it very tricky to keep to. So it's a lot of fun. The timings are a lot more realistic, and there are a lot more services, which are very cool. There we go, get back up to 90s, put the power back on. Just ease it back now. There we go. There's 90. It's a pretty pleasant run this is so far. No major dramas. We're running to time. Obviously we're an early morning run, so yeah, this will be rush hour, sort of peak rush hour. So I expect we'll see plenty of services. This definitely has to be one of my favourite routes. I think the Southeastern High Speed still is number one, just with the number of layers and different experiences, different sort of driving experiences. You've got truly high speed all the way to some commuter, to freight, to some kind of sort of rail tour. So you've got now additional diesel rail tours. Also the moves with the Class 37 and the railhead treatment train. I just love it. Love seeing those all those different types of gameplay in just a single route. It's amazing. I wish we could see more of this on this route. That's why I really would love the Class 700 to come to the Brighton main line, and for it to be taken up to the Train Sim World 3 features. We've got double yellow here, so we'll start to slow. Probably put it into notch 2. Nice that we're now facing some adverse signals. Though we're going to get another double yellow, which means we're probably following something. Get another AWS warning here. There we go, we'll acknowledge that. We'll keep running at 60. Love it when we hit signals like that. It keeps you on your toes. And we've still got another double yellow here by the looks of it, so yeah, we're definitely following another train in front of us. Get ready to acknowledge this one as well. But actually, we've got the warning, but it's gone green. Let's start to put the power back on. In fact, you can see We're going to get another double yellow. Which we'll acknowledge and just brake a little bit, bring us back down to 60. This is nice, facing these yellow signals. Yeah, definitely following something. We're going to get another double yellow here. And we'll acknowledge that as well. So we're not far from Burgess Hill now, 2.6 miles. We are 2 minutes. We're supposed to be there in 2 minutes, which means we're probably going to be a little bit late, actually. But that is due to following this other train in front of us. That's it, it's gone green. So I'm going to put the power back on. Why not? We need to try and get there as close to time as we can. But our stop at Burgess Hill should create some room anyway. So actually, it's gone green now as well. So feels like there's some space being built between whatever it is in front of us. So we're about a mile out. I think we'll start slowing now for our stop at Burgess Hill. There we go, speed's coming down nicely. Actually, we'll continue in notch 2. Just about see the end of the platform for Burgess Hill, so we're doing 40 at the moment. As long as we're doing around 30 by the time we get to the end of that, or to the start of the platform, we should be all good. Yeah, we're going to be a little bit late, but I'm okay. We can make that back up, hopefully. There we go. As we pull into the station here. Again, we'll look out for our stop marker. If we can see it, there it is on the left-hand side. Let's just roll a little bit further forward. There we go. We're about 45 seconds-ish late. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So as soon as we've finished loading the passengers, we could be straight away departing. Or locking those doors and then departing.
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy. This includes e-cigarettes. you require assistance at any time, feel free to contact a member of station staff or use a help point.
So start locking those doors here. There we go, and we can head off towards... Somehow, I didn't manage to lock those doors correctly. That's a little embarrassing. Right, there we go. And let's watch us depart from Hassocks. We've really pulled out there with some speed. Already up to 30, let's jump back in the cab. So you've got a little way to run to Preston Park, which is not far from Brighton at all. We might be able to make up some of that lost time. You can see Class 387 approaching us. And we'll acknowledge DSD there. Nice looking tunnel entrance. We're up to 70. This thing does pick up speed quite quickly, actually. Not as quickly as that Class 3 T3 though. That's someone else. This is one long tunnel that we can definitely see light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. Up to 80. That's where you pop out of this tunnel. There we go. That is one high bridge. Back up to running at 90, which is good. Just ease back off the power now. It's been a really enjoyable run, this has. I wonder what service we will pick up next. That's the big question. We'll see what's available to us at Brighton. It could well be another express service. So we need to get down for this 75. Which we just about do. But we've got Preston Park in 1.4 miles. So we need to think about when we should be slowing for that. Let's get a little bit closer before we start braking just yet. I reckon probably about now feels right. We'll go into notch 2. That speed is definitely coming down quite nicely. We should see the station come into view any second. There it is. That is Preston Park. We'll acknowledge AWS there. That was for the 40, and this one will be for the double yellow that we've got ahead. Oh, we are going to run past our stop marker there, but that's okay. Slam it into notch 3 and it slows us down quite nicely. Set the DRA as we've got we're under double yellows ahead. Just to remind ourselves. Nice looking station. Plenty of passengers here. Welcome to Preston Park. In fact, that one's just gone green. We've got a 3A77 pulling in. Let's lock those doors. Let's reset that DRA, put it back into forwards, and away we go for our final stop, which will be Brighton at platform 3. Got to remember we had the one in there for 40, so we'll get up to 40 and we won't we'll stick around there. There it is, there's 40. As we've got a 387 departing. We'll see the depot here to the right come into view in just a moment. We're going to have a double yellow which we'll need to acknowledge. And we'll start slowing. You can see class 313 there. Very nice. We need to slow a little bit more for the upcoming 25. And then... Ooh, what happened there? Nice to see the depot open. And that's for the single yellow, which is fine, because that will be the last signal, I should imagine, before we come into Brighton Station. To the left there, that is East Coast Way, obviously, which is you may be very familiar with if you've played that route before. And obviously the class 313 that we're racing in. As we run into the platform here to the right. Still running alongside this 313, which looks very cool. We will be coming up to the buffers very shortly, so we'll start to slow. There we go. Slow that a little bit more. We don't want to be running into those buffers. Perfect. And we can shut this down actually. Put it into notch 3. Tail lights already set. Perfect. We'll keep the master key on for just a moment so we can lock those doors back up. And there we have it. Are we going to get a gold medal? Apparently not, because I've probably played that one already. There we go. Let's continue back to free roam. Let's take that master key out and we'll jump out. Oh, didn't want to open that window, wanted to shut the door. Right, let's see what our options are for the next run. So this is the 814, which will literally just go back to London Victoria. Got here Portsmouth Harbour, we cannot do that one. The 824, which is another express service. We've got nothing on those. We've got, that's the Seaford, so that's East Coast Way. And which is East Coast Way. So I think our only option is to run this service back to London Victoria at 8:14. So that's 14 minutes. I don't really want to hang around for 14 minutes. I could do with getting to Preston Park because you could pick up quite a few services there. Let's do the route map. You can see. So we're here at Brighton. You've got Preston Park. So we've got another 387 coming in. Very nice. Let's have a look what's going on outside of Brighton. We can do a little bit of train spotting while we wait for the next service. So we've got the class 8 there, class 08.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
We're gonna do this. I want to see if I can move this. Can we even get in it? Yes, we can. Oh, it's the 9. Of course it is. No active service. Do you want to leave the service? Yes, I do. Oh, I can. We can. We can play with this. Let's put it into reverse. The engine isn't on, so do you want to contact signaler? Let's release the parking brake for a start. Where is engine start? This could be a good test, isn't it? Gauges, well, it just moves it. Emergency. Where is the engine start? Engine start. It's probably very obvious, but I'm probably missing it. Can't open up these. Where's the engine? What have we got going past? There's someone off down to the west coastway. Oh my god, I'm being daft here. Where's the engine start? If anyone knows in the chat, let me... That's sand, that's air brake. I don't want to contact signal master switch. Throttle. There it is. Lovely stuff. Let's put us... Can we... I don't want to get engine only. Master key switch on. Into reverse. Driver's brake is released. There we go. Yes. Just killing some time before we take that service back to London Victoria. So a little play on this. What's going on with my mouse there? This little class 909. Very cool. Lovely little squeaky horn. This is good fun. We don't want to spad here, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. There we go. And we'll go back the other way now, why not? Let's see how fast we can get it up to. It's a nippy little thing actually. And we'll just roll it back into its into place here, but that's a good little bit of fun just to kill some time while we wait for our next service. They wanted it tested, and we'll go with that. No, we'll roleplay that's what's happened.
Please keep personal belongings with you at all times. Any unattended
Right, perfect. Let's stop messing around with this now. Engine off. There we go. Release that. Put the parking brake on, and let's get out of here. There we go. We'll run back across here and pick up our next service. Well, jump. Can I? Oh, there we go. Shut the door. Let's set this cab up. And yes, we will take the 812 service back to London Victoria. Let's set up DSD, Vigilance, AWS. Great. Let's chuck the master key in. We'll acknowledge the AWS self-test. Put it into neutral, put DRA on. We'll put the headlights into definitely not night running, day running. And the destination needs to be changed. Let's find London Victoria. Where are you? You gotta be here somewhere, Victoria. Where are you? Where are you? Probably staring me in the face. London Road. There's Charing Cross. Blimey, there's plenty of them though. We've got all of the all the names in here. Where is it? It's not even in order, which doesn't help. Oh, it's just got not in service at the moment. This has all of the names under the sun. Let's exit that. Can we... There we are. Of course. 301. Confirm location. London, Victoria. There we go. And there goes that 313 on the West Coastway. Station's looking nice and busy. Plenty going on. Okay, got a little bit of time to kill here, so all is good. Got a couple minutes before this the passengers will start getting on. Our doors are open ready, and then we can be running back. But we don't stop at Preston Park this time, interestingly, so it's just going to be straight through to Hassocks, Burgess Hill, Gatwick, and finally London Victoria. When we get to Victoria, we will pick up a 377 service, hopefully. And we can run in and around London using the 377, which will be fun. It's always nice to see Brighton looking so busy.
This is a safety announcement. It is not permitted to cycle, skateboard, or rollerblade within the station.
There goes the 313. There we go, it sounds like the service is starting. You'll see we've got passengers loading, and then we'll have a couple of minutes before we can that was easy for me to say, we can be departing. What have we got coming in? We've got... No, so we've not seen too many. We've not seen the GWR service that sometimes comes in, which is a shame. That one's got a slightly different stopping pattern. It stops at Haywards Heath instead of Burgess Hill. So we've got a minute before we can be going. There we go, 30 seconds, and we'll start locking those doors in a moment. We do have the green, so we know once the door's closed, we can be ready to depart. Okay, start locking those doors. We'll reset that DRA. Put us into forwards, and we can be going. So away we go as we head towards London again. So our first stop will be Hassocks, 6.5 miles. Doing it in reverse this time. We had a little play with the little shunter there at just outside of Brighton. That was a little bit of fun to kill some time. That's good fun. So it's once we've cleared that 40, we should be able to start accelerating, he says. There we go. Now free to put the power on, and actually we'll be going into a 75 very shortly. And we'll be back in London by 13 mil. We're speeding 13 minutes past 9, where we can yeah, definitely pick up some Southern 377 services. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what we see on our way towards London. See if there's some interesting sights. As we run through Preston Park here. We've got roughly 6 minutes to be at Hassocks, 5.2 miles to go. That should be easily achievable. Let's see if we can keep to time. Acknowledge that AWS as ever. Just ease back on the power. We're getting close to 75. In fact, we'll be running into a 90 section very shortly. There we go, there's that 90 board. Once we've cleared that, we'll put the power back on. There we go. Straight into notch 4. We should pick up some speed nicely. There's AT. We're going up a gradient, so we're not picking up a speed as quickly as we should be. We're just creeping up towards 90 now. Well acknowledged DSD there. It is, yeah, I love pressing the AWS plunger from TS controllers. It does add a real nice bit of immersion. And not only do I have the AWS plunger, but I picked up the emergency latching button from them that's recently been released. So again, I'm not going to press it now because I don't want to stop, but it's so nice to have something else that's tactile to you know, to press while playing the game, or you know, while driving, should I say. So it's been a really nice addition actually. I think Train Sim World or Dovetail Games definitely need to put some proper hardware support in for Train Sim World to take it to that next level. So we've got 1.3 miles to Hassocks. We should start by, I think we'll start gently applying the brakes here. And when we get a little bit closer, we'll put it into notch 2, because actually I can see the end of the platform there. We definitely need to be slowing a little bit quicker than this. We might have to go into notch 3 here. Take that speed off. It's coming down nicely now. We'll ease back. Let it run for a moment. The brakes on this are phenomenal. Okay, we'll look for our stopping point, which don't actually see the marker, although it wants us to stop around here, so we'll go with it. It's definitely missing, I think it's fair to say. Has it got one this side? Oh yeah, this is where it's a little bit you've got the 3 to 5 marker, then you suddenly jump to 12. Yeah, something's not quite right with the stopping boards here at Hassocks. Because we've got 1, 12 all the way up here, and we've got nothing else. Unsure what that's all about. So we've got to wait here another minute, and then we can be heading towards Burgess Hill, and then Gatwick. Not many, well, there's no passengers here, which is a little odd. Have we got any passengers on the train as well? No. None whatsoever. Which is also a little bit odd. Yeah. There's definitely none on there, is there? How strange. Okay. That's Train Sim World's passengers features, or passenger system being funky again. There's definitely none on here, yeah. I'm running a completely empty train at the moment. Right, let's start locking those doors. Let's see if we can pick anyone up at our next stop, which will be Burgess Hill. Okay, into Notch 4. We've only got 2 miles to Burgess Hill, so this will be a little quick dash between these 2 stations. And away we go. What do we reckon we'll get up to in terms of speed by the time we get to before we need to be braking for Burgess Hill? I reckon it could be around probably around 75 perhaps. Pretty clear run so far. I've not encountered anything certainly on this service so far, but I'd imagine as we get a little closer to London, things will start getting a little more busy, I'd imagine. So we'll start slowing for Burgess Hill. You can see the platforms or station just up ahead. And we're definitely going to be... We're sticking to time so far, so this is going well. Now, roll into Burgess Hill. Let's guess our stop marker will be a little bit further up. Carry on rolling. Can we see it up ahead? In fact, we've just got a single stop marker. Let it go a little bit further up. That'll do nicely. So, didn't appreciate this. Got, I guess, the station building that you enter through, and then this overpass here. That's quite cool. Didn't spot that on the way in. Just looked like a bridge from this side, so yeah, you wouldn't notice it.
Vehicles parked at unauthorized.
Yeah, we're well in the station. We're not hanging over, so that's all good. We've got 25 seconds and then we can be departing. Okay, we'll start locking those doors. Perfect. And we can be away now. Into notch 3. Pick up a little bit of speed and then we'll chuck it into a notch 4 for full acceleration. There we go, picking up speed nicely now. So we've got a nice 40-mile run to Gatwick, which we've got to be there in about 15 minutes. So yeah, that should be easily doable. I suspect we'll arrive into Gatwick probably quite early A little bit like the run down to Brighton already. I wonder if we've got any passengers on this. No, we're still running an empty service by the looks of it. Yep, this is very much still an empty service. Why are there no passengers on board? Very strange. Don't get why we've got no passengers. There should be plenty. We've had plenty of stops already, so opportunity for them to get on. Definitely there. Almost up to the magic 90. There we go, pretty much there. We're not really accelerating too much at the moment. Very slow build up of speed. Come on, get to 90. Yeah, you can do it. Okay, there's 88. Come on, it can keep accelerating. Let's just pull that back into notch 3 power. That hopefully should keep us around 89, 90 miles an hour. So we're about to thunder through this station here. I think this is Haywards Heath, if I'm not much mistaken. Give a quick toot the horn, make sure no one goes over that yellow line. It's been pretty stress-free run so far. We got to Brighton pretty much on time. Didn't encounter much on the way. We were clearly following something as we were approaching Brighton, which made it a little bit interesting. But making our way out of London was no drama at all. So 9 miles to go to Gatwick Airport. It's been pretty plain sailing. We haven't seen too much going in the opposite direction either. As we go across this viaduct. Very cool. I do like that. Yeah, we're definitely going to be early into Gatwick, and we'll probably have a little wait there. Gives plenty of time for passengers to get on and off. Really are making some good progress here. I thought this would be a lot busier. given that we are sort of peak rush hour at 8:30 in the morning. Acknowledge that DSD warning or acknowledgement, whatever it wants me, whatever you want to call it. So 6.4 miles. Oh, nice! Finally seeing a 377. That's cool. Now we've got the long tunnel of darkness here. There's a few of these along the way. We need to actually be slowing for the 80 upcoming 80. And there we go. There's 80. And there's the 80 board itself. Very nice. It would be so cool to have the Class 700 on here, certainly for this section where you run down to Brighton. It would definitely make it a lot more busy and a lot more full of different sites instead of just the classic 387 and 377. We can run back up to 90 now. The interesting bit is obviously all around London. There's just so much going on. In fact, we're going to hit some adverse signals here, which is cool. We'll acknowledge that AWS. And we'll start to slow. So I think we could be held outside of Gatwick before we're allowed to enter, which would be something a little bit different. We'll see what our next signal is. Can we see it up ahead? It's double yellow, so we'll come off and we'll just let it run at 55. So we're definitely following another train in front of us, I'd imagine. Let's wait for this AWS. There it is. And we'll just jump into the map here a second. Can we see what it is up ahead? Yes, there's definitely a train in front of us. So I'd imagine it probably stopped at this station that we're running through here at the moment. There we go, we'll acknowledge that. Still running at the double yellows. What's our next signal going to be? Can't quite see it yet. What will it be, I wonder? Looks like a double yellow still. Which we'll get ready to acknowledge. There we go. See, it wasn't going to be just a plain run into Gatwick. It's nice that we're being held by these double yellows. It certainly makes it interesting when you gotta keeps you on your toes. Got to keep an eye on what the next signal is going to be. And actually, it looks like we're now going to hit a single yellow, so we'll continue to slow. drop it down into notch 1. And yeah, about 30. Do a little bit, slow a little bit more. There we go, that'll do. And I reckon that train that we're following is probably just stopped at Gatwick, so can't quite see anything just yet, but we're definitely going to be held here. Okay, we can see that next signal now. It's still red, so we'll continue to slow. There we go. We'll keep it around 20 for the moment as we get a little closer to the signal, and then we'll bring it to a stop at the signal as we've got a plane going over ahead of us. We'll get ready to acknowledge the the AWS warning here. In fact, we've just been given a single yellow, so that will allow us into Gatwick. But we're still ahead of time, so no rush whatsoever. There we go, as we come into the station. We've got another 387 there. Stopped letting its passengers off, and we'll be doing the same. As we now start to roll in, it's looking good. I'm going to get AWS here as well. Perfect, we'll acknowledge. Where is our stopping marker? We are an 8-car unit, but it's going to take us all the way down to the end here. By the looks of it. Let it roll a little bit further up. Perfect. Set DRA, we'll open the doors. Remind us that we'll check the signal before we depart. At least we can still see it. And we will be here for just a couple of minutes. We got anything else in the station here other than that 387? I don't think so. There's that three. It's just in the platform. That's close. Yeah, so this is what I want to pick up next, the Southern service with lots of stops. Got plenty of aircraft around here. As this 387's getting ready to depart. And there it goes. We do in fact have the green now, so I'd imagine that train that we were following has built up a bit of distance in front of us, especially as we're going to be waiting here for a couple more minutes. Don't see anything else. It feels quite quiet around here at the moment. Got anything coming in shortly? Nope and nope. When's this one? 8:50? No. This is why it needs those Thameslink services from the Class 700 included. It so needs it. It would just bring it up to the next level, this route. Right, we've got 30 seconds before we can be departing. So we can be thinking about locking those doors in just a moment. Let's start locking them now. About 15 seconds out. And we can reset the DRA. We know we've got green now. Let's put it into forwards. We can see the time. It's now 44 minutes past and we're ready to depart. And away we go. So our final stop will be London Victoria. So nice clear run now, hopefully. So we're probably about halfway. Yeah, it definitely is halfway. So we've run this service all the way up from Brighton. Obviously just departing from Gatwick now. Picking up the speed nicely as ever. And hopefully we've built up enough space between us and whatever was in front of us. We'll acknowledge that DSD. There comes the 377, that must be the service to Littlehampton and Orr. Ooh, just knocked the camera there. Do you want to be doing that? So we can run at 90 now. We'll acknowledge that. Oh, that's a good little find. We've got the GWR 166. That's very cool to see. Such a fun little unit. Definitely needs that one definitely needs to be seen on more routes. Right, we're almost creeping up to 90 here. I think that service, that GWR service, runs from Gatwick, which is supposed to be, and I'm supposed to go to Reading, but as far as Red Hill, or right, I can never remember which one. I think it's Red Hill. So yeah, it's nice that that's included. Just adds another little bit of variety to see along the way. We'll have a reduction down to 80 very shortly. We'll start to slow here. There we go, there's 80. Perfect. Perfectly in time for the board coming up. So 18 miles to go, we're making some good progress, and we'll be, this is where the fast and slow lines split, so we'll be able to rocket back up to 90 once we've cleared that. There we go, let's put the power back on. Okay, start to build the speed back up, albeit very slowly. There's 83. We're really not gaining speed as quickly as I thought. $85. We are going up a 0.4% gradient, so it will take its time. Acknowledge DSD there. Make sure I'm still awake. Okay, we can start to ease back off the power in just a moment when we've got range to like 89. Those miles should start coming down nicely now. We've got 23 minutes to be in London, Victoria, so plenty of time. Back in a tunnel. Fortunately, you don't get to see much in a tunnel. The lights are, the headlights aren't quite bright enough to make out too much of the detail. So just slow things down now because we are going down a 0.6% gradient. So make sure that speed doesn't get away from us. And I'd imagine the the fast and slow lines will, as we go over the slow lines, start to meet back up. So we're now just 13 miles from Victoria. Not far at all. We're not here in any traffic either, so we should be good for time into Victoria. We haven't actually seen too much traffic on our way from Brighton yet, so let's acknowledge that DSD, as ever. Come on, we've got to start seeing some more traffic soon, I'd imagine. for rush hour. It's not feeling too busy yet. Let's have a look to see where we are. So we probably will be... Where are we at the moment? Sure, we'll be going through East Croydon in not too distant future. This is where the number of services we see will certainly start to pick up. So yeah, we've got 2 miles. We'll be reducing down to 60, and I'm pretty sure that is our approach to East Croydon. I'd imagine we'd probably get an AWS warning for that reduction as well. And if by magic, it obviously heard me. Speed's coming down nicely. There we go, there's 65. We're almost at 60. Oh no, wrong way on the old buttons there. There we go. And we do need to be continuing to slow because it is a 45 through the station. And in fact, if I'm not much mistaken, it's taking us off to the left, which has an even slower... I want to say it's around 30 from memory. But we'll release off. I'm sure we'll find out in just a second. Yeah, see, that was... I'm definitely getting used to this route now. As it takes us through this platform. And then once we're out the other side, we can speed back up to, I think it's 60, but we've got a 45 board there. Still got a little way to go to London Victoria. Actually, we can start to speed up now as we've cleared the 45 board. Just ease back a second, wait for... There we go, now we've cleared the 60. We can be back on that power. And in fact, we'll be able to get up to 70. Speed's picking back up very nicely. Oh, now we're speeding slightly. Come on, get us back to 60. There we go. And then once we see the 70 board in just a moment. Definitely starting to see a lot more services now as we're getting into towards the heart of London. There's that 70 board. There we go. We can get up to 70. Let's put the power back on. There we go. Lovely stuff. It's nice seeing so many services now. This is what it should feel like. So 6.5 miles to London Victoria. And we're still running at 70. This is bliss. We'll be there in no time. Just make sure we don't creep over 70. We will be dropping down to 60. We're not hitting any yellow signals either as well, so it's all good. Nice green signals all the way. Now we're speeding. Let's just get that back under control. I'd imagine to be fair, where do we reckon we'll start to slow? Probably towards Clapham Junction, I'd imagine. That's probably where that 60 is for. So we've got a 377 passing us. I'm excited to jump in one of those next. And we can see what service we can pick up. I'd imagine we're going to have quite a lot of choice in Victoria. Although we do need to be slowing for the 60, which when you slam the brakes on at notch 3, they really do work. I'm sure that those customers didn't enjoy that. But we're racing this 377 to our right here. We'll see it go past. Shame we didn't get a better view from this window, this front window. Give it a little toot of the horn. Passengers are over that yellow line. We're only 3.6 miles from Victoria now. So not far at all. And I'd imagine we're going to be pretty much... we've got 10 minutes to get there, so it feels like we're probably going to be there quite early. Although I'm sure we will hit some traffic as we get closer. And in fact, there we go. We're clearly following something in front. We'll just ease the ease down to, keep the brakes on, get down to about 55. And we'll let it cruise from here. This is definitely for the approach to Clapham Junction. Okay, we need to continue braking now. The double yellow has not changed. Brake a little bit more. Get to around like 35, I reckon. But we still have the double yellow here. And we'll acknowledge that as ever. And this looks like we're running into Clapham Junction here. Yep, very much Clapham Junction. Is it? Yeah, definitely. There we go, as we go through the station here. We're not stopping. And we're definitely following something. We're going to have another double yellow, which we will of course acknowledge. We would need to be slowing for 45, but seeing as we're being held under caution at the moment, we're certainly already under that 45. In fact, we've just been given the green, so we'll run it up to about 45 and we'll go from there. There's 45 and let's just get back. There's the 45 board, which we are doing. As we are getting ever closer to Victoria. Seems like we've got greens all the way. We'll be coming up to Battersea very shortly. There we go, we're definitely seeing some traffic here. I wonder if we'll get held outside of London Victoria. We may well do actually, because this is in fact just a single yellow. So we'll start slowing. And in fact, you can see ahead. We've got a bit of a traffic jam by the looks of it. So we'll creep up to this red here. Got plenty of services coming out, but yeah, we've definitely got a traffic jam here for the entry into Victoria. Well, we are slightly ahead of time, so to be expected. As we've got a couple of services running out. I want to see the traffic jam up ahead. Is it that bad, as we've got a 465 leaving? That's waiting for its entry into Victoria, which is actually... There's plenty of free platforms here, so I'm sure it'll be given its path soon. But yeah, it's looking... I should imagine there's another one ready to go, which is what is probably holding it from coming into the station just yet. As we roll back up to... So we're third in the queue here to get into Victoria. There we are. We're just chill here for the moment until we can move up. Still can't see anything moving just yet. We've got some nice scenery going on over here though. But we've got 3 minutes to get in, which... And there you go. They've been given the path, which means we'll be able to move up in just a moment. And then they should get the signal any second. Hopefully they do. I'm sure. I wonder if we've got a traffic jam behind us as well. Got anything behind us at the moment? No. Maybe. Where's the next signal? Ah, it's there. So, yep, we are... Interestingly, that one hasn't been... Oh, it is moving actually now. So, once it's cleared that, there we go. We'll turn DRA off, not press that button, and we can move up to the next signal. Hopefully, by the time we get there, it might even go yellow for us. We never know. I doubt it though. Does mean we are... I'm not sure if we'll make it. Oh yeah, I reckon we will now. We've got... There it is. A single yellow. As we've got a 375 coming at the station as well. You can see just coming into shot. And in fact, we have the signal now all the way into our platform, which will be number 14. I love seeing this variety. It's very cool. All the electro stars. There we go. We'll acknowledge that AWS. And we can run into our allotted platform. We are slightly speeding now, so let's sort that out. We're still speeding. It's no good. There we go. Where is it going to take us? reckon we're going to take this set of points here. And we'll go over to the right. There we go. Nicely does it. And we're pretty much on time. We should probably start slowing about now. There we go. Roll it up a little bit further. That will do. And we'll open those doors. And yeah, we'll wait here actually to just finish this service, and then we can start eyeing up what our next service will be. And there we go. It will take us, and we'll see what medal we got. It's got to be gold, isn't it? I'm getting no golds. What's that about? Perhaps I've done those ones already. Don't know. Let's jump back into free ring. That's 9:16 to Sutton. Looks pretty good. London Bridge. I quite like the look at this. Right, let's jump out. We need to go this side. Yep. I am not taking this service. Thank you very much. Right, let's go and find our next service that we're going to take on. It's got to be one of these. I don't want that 9:46. I think it's got to be this one. As we've got another 377 and such. I'm going to run down this side. Because there are a lot of passengers getting off this one here. Well, this is yeah, it's a 12 car unit, this one. We try and jump in the I don't want the window. Make the call. Ooh, up in there. Right, excuse me. I'd like to. So this would be. Do you want to leave the service? So this would be Victoria to Selhurst. Yeah, let's do this one. One thing we need to do though is door, AWS, DSD, vigilance, and jump back in that seat. We'll acknowledge, put us into forwards. Lock those doors, but we're being held at the red anyway. And our first stop will be Battersea, followed by Clapham Junction, Wandsworth, Bolham, Streatham, Norbury, Thornton Heath, and then Selhurst. So quite a nice run. Right, and we can be departing. We've got headlights on. Good stuff. We just about made it for that service. And we are, in fact, an 8-car unit, so good to know. Even tells us there. Jobs are good and all. We're under single yellow, so that's just gone green, so we are all good. As we take the set of points there. I just love it, it's so busy. We've definitely got something in front of us. We've got a couple of yellows already. We'll be going into 40 very shortly. Should see that speed jump up any second, but we will be stopping at Battersea Park. Didn't realise it was Battersea Park. There we go, then we'll speed up now. Oh, I like this service. We've got plenty of stops along the way, which is good. Since we'll be coming to a stop very shortly, we won't go too crazy with the speed. Start to slow now. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, stopping at Battersea before. I don't know if 8 cars fit. We'll soon find out. So we're driving 2 Bravo 34, which is London Victoria to Sutton, and obviously Sutton is off the map. It's not modelled, so we go as far as Selhurst. So where is our stop marker? I don't see any, so we'll go right up to the end since we are an 8-car unit. Oh no, we do fit on quite comfortably actually. It's that 8-car unit on the other side that isn't fitting. We rolled up to the other side here. Yeah, because that just needs to go a little bit further forward. That doesn't feel legit at all. Never mind. We'll finish loading our passengers and then we can be going. Although we've got to wait here about 10-15 seconds. And our next stop will be Clapham Junction. We'll get ready to go. And away we go for Clapham Junction next. 1.3 miles. That's no distance at all. Oh, we've got some funky frame rates going on here. Why are they so low? Much better when you're in the cab. Yeah, that's horrible. That's weird. It's gone back to normal now. Never mind. Let's put the power down. We're able to run up to 45 here. And actually 60 even. Once we get around this curve. Also going down a gradient, so let's just be careful of that. Nicely does it. Let's just start braking. Beautiful. Gotta love the 377. We've got plenty of traffic going on here. And we'll start slowing because it's, as you see there, we've had the AWS for the 20 that is upcoming. But we're also coming up to Clapham Junction where we'll be stopping anyway. We can keep it running. Nowhere near the 20 board yet. But we've got plenty of time as well. We don't need to be there until 24 minutes past. Sounds like we've got a bit of freight. Very nice. coming round from that branch. I've not seen that one before. That's very cool to see. I like that. That is a big thumbs up from me. Very cool. There's the 20. But we're well under that. Let's keep it rolling a little bit further. But I think actually we're going to be pretty much in Clapham, actually pretty bang on time by the looks of it. Need to keep rolling up a little bit further. So our stop point is not marked, but I guess it's the signal. That'll do. Let's open those doors. So you can see we've got Wandsworth Common next, Balham, Streatham, Thornton Heath, and then Selhurst before it continues on with its journey. Oh, Miss Norbury. We'll be stopping there as well. And we've got to wait just a couple of seconds, but we can start locking those doors. I like having these sort of stopping services. They're good fun to drive. And away we go. So Wandsworth Common next. Oh, and we are speeding. Oh. I didn't keep an eye on that, did I? I thought we... Oh, we're not cleared it. We have now. There we go. There's plenty going on at Clapham Junction. So we've got Wandsworth Common, 0.9 of a mile, so not far at all for our next stop. There we go, we're up to 60 and we'll need to be slowing very shortly. It's just around the corner here, so we'll be in notch 2, which is absolutely fine. You see the end of the platforms just coming into view here. There we go. And this it is Wandsworth Common. And can we see our stop marker? No. We'll continue rolling up. We're pretty much bang on time actually. So we're keeping to time, which is nice. Let's see if we can maintain that. We are almost finished loading our passengers. You can see we've got plenty of passengers there on the platform. Lock those doors and away we'll be going. There we go. So Balham next. Only less than 1,000 yards. So these stations are really not far apart. And there's Balham already. Bit more power and when we get a little bit closer, we'll start to brake about now, I think. That's quite generous with the time between those two stations, given they're sort of 1,000 yards apart. We can see our stop markers here on the left. Roll it up a little bit further. There's ours, 5 to 8. Nicely does it. Where we go next? So Streatham Common, then Norbury, Thornton Heath, and finally Selhurst. I think Selhurst will take us back to Selhurst Depot, which feels like a good place to end our shift, actually. Got to wait here a little while while that 377 thunders through the station there. So 30 seconds and we can be departing. Right, let's start locking those doors. And away we go. Got a 40 coming up. As we've got a Gatwick Express. Oh, we've got a lot of traffic going on here. That's cool. It's what we like to see. So 40 across here, and then we can jump up to 60. There we go, there's 60. Let's put the power back on. So Streatham Common is 1.4 miles. So a little run now. I've seen a lot more traffic, which is good. Always in this sort of section between Victoria and Gatwick Airport always feels really quite busy, so it's quite nice actually. The 45 will be pretty much as we enter into Streatham Common Station, looking at the distances. But we need to be slowing, because less than 1,000 yards now before we'll be wanting to stop. Can we see the platforms? Yeah, no, just coming into view. So not much further at all. There we go, here comes Streatham Common. And there's that 45 board, but we're well under it. So no drama at all. And we'll just let it cruise into station before we find our stopping point. Not sure I'm seeing any. Yeah, a little bit further up. And the 228 is right at the end there. So that's fine. There we go, and let's unlock those doors. We've got about a minute and a half here. Sutton, this is where the service would begin.
Personal safety and security.
Where's the we've got no passenger information screens around here, doesn't look like it. That's okay. Got another 377 coming into the station there. I love it. So many services you see on this route. So another minute and then we can be heading to our next stop, which is Norbury. Then we've got Thornton Heath and finally Selhurst. About 15 seconds time we can be locking those doors. Any moment now. Start locking them. There we go, and we'll be away about now. Going to notch 4 for our next stop, which will be Norbury, 0.8 of a mile, so not far at all. And we've got less than 2 minutes to get there. And in fact, we're running into a 60 as well, so we'll be able to continue accelerating. But we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, because Norbury is just coming up. 45 seems pretty decent speed. There we go. Where's Norbury? Is the there we go. I think we'll start to slow around here, but we've got plenty of time, plenty of distance. We're only doing 35, so no drama at all. And we'll start to put the brakes on now as we come into Norbury Station. Where's our stopping point? Have we got any? Doesn't look like it, but that's all good. We'll just roll a little bit further up. And we're going to be pretty much bang on where it wants us to stop. Anyway, perfect, that'll do. Let's unlock those doors. And we're 15 seconds early, so sticking to the schedule nicely as the service for London Victoria departs. And we've got another one passing through. See, there's just always so much going on. Oh, I like it. So up next will be Thornton Heath. We go, get those doors shut, ready for departure, and away we go. Thornton Heath, 1.2 miles. So this is a little distance to run with this one. Definitely feels like we're starting to make our way out of London now. Certainly out the centre of London. It's so good, this route. It is one of my favourites. It's up there. Don't think it can quite topple South Eastern High Speed though. There we go. So Thornton Heath, but we'll acknowledge that AWS for the upcoming 40 and actually start to brake. Probably a good idea. There we go, speed's coming down nicely. We'll let it run into the station. It's yeah, about 35 miles an hour, that's fine. Starts brake. A little bit more. We've got an AWS warning. What can we see? Nothing yet, so I should imagine the next signal beyond our site is probably going to be an amber. Well, I know what it says in the top right, but that AWS magnet is extremely early, so that's not 42 yards. There goes a 387. Am I well, that's where that signal is. It's in the building, which is no wonder why I can't see it. I thought I wasn't going crazy. Interesting. Well, there's a bug right there. You've got that signal well and truly out of view. There you go. If you clip through the building, you can see that it's a double yellow. That needs to be fixed, I think. Right, next up is Selhurst. And that double yellow will be because we are giving up the service at Selhurst. And that'll be a perfect point to end our shift. So we have the AWS for a 45 that we're not even doing at the moment. But we'll be stopping here anyway, so it's all good. And this is going to be for the single yellow. There we go. As we come into Selhurst. There we go, it's Selhurst Station. And we'll acknowledge that, because that will be for the red ahead. Lovely stuff. It's been a really enjoyable drive on the Brighton main line. There we go, just bring it to a halt here. We've obviously run the 387 from Victoria down to Brighton and back, and then we've jumped on this southern 377 and rolled it all the way from this is another 377 stabled there. Yeah, all the way from Victoria to Selhurst. So that's been genuinely really enjoyable run. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. If you have, please hit that like button and also consider subscribing. It really is appreciated. And that's a good way to wrap up the stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.